Guy here, and this is the John Deere S600 series combines by Custom Modding on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm here on the Georgia Farms map for this test of these 4 combines. 83.37 megabytes to download. They are 36 slots each, but you do get quite a bit with these. However, I did find one nagging thing a little bit that I found. Nagging? Yes. So first of all, let's get our help window on. There we go. And let's find them under vehicles and harvesters. And yes, there are 4 separate models: the 660, 670, 680, and 690. As far as I can tell, it's mostly the horsepower and capacities. So we look at the 660. It's 325 horsepower. That is the horsepower. You can't change the horsepower. 10,600 to 16,210 liter capacity. Moving up to the 670 is a 378 with 10.6 to 19,733. So larger, much larger capacity for the hopper. If we bump up to the 680, the horsepower went up to 480, and yes, the only thing that changed, the minimum hopper size at 14,100, but the maximum hopper size stays the same at the 19,733. Moving up to the S690, horsepower again goes up to 550, the most of all 4, and your hopper size bumps up to 24,667. So quite a large hopper capacity for the largest one. Now, I do believe I looked through each one of them, and aside from the hopper size, we're going to look at every option on the first one, and then we'll just kind of go through the hopper sizes on the other ones because nothing else really changes. So wheel brands, Lizard. So Lizard actually has 3 categories of Lizard. Let's talk about that first. Lizard, and Lizard. So the first Lizard category is tracks. So we have 2 styles of tracks with this. Moving up to the second Lizard, we have twins in the front, and that and then we have a rice type tire, and then really wide versions of super wide tires. So that's yeah, let's go back to here. $135,000 for tracks, 138, 139, and then 83, 135, 36. Yeah, so that's a big chunk of money for tracks. I'm just saying. The third Lizard combination is also twins, and just kind of changing the back tire a little bit and the twins up front a little bit. Moving on to Michelin. Again, we have just some different twin widths and sizes. John Deere, $107,000 for those tracks. I'm not a fan of the tracks, actually. We have front wheel drive and all wheel drive also as an option. And then back to Lizard. So Lizard, front wheel drive and all wheel drive. Those are the different choices. Right, so we'll talk about the tracks in a moment. Axle length. This is also applicable for all models. We have the 128 up to 152. So that's the axle width, actually. Well, length if you go one way, width if you go the other way. But as you can see, that's what's happening there. No dollars for that. Spreaders, tailboard, twin disc, or power cast. More money there. Exhaust, standard or Brazilian. It just changes where the exhaust goes, out the back or up the top. Numbers all the way up to 9. Oversized signs, yes or no. Let's see, any on the front? No, I believe it's just the back. Patriot Pilot, or Plot. Patriot Plot. So that's decals. So you get nothing. We have a USA, we have a Canada, Brazil, Australia. Those are the four basically flag decals you can have on the side of this combine. $500 for that. Window tint, 25, 50, 75, or standard, which is clear. Attacher. So you have the standard, which is way back under there in the axle, or you have an extended rear attacher or hitch for pulling a header. Grain tank. So here is, so this is the S660. We have small, which starts out at 10,600. We have a decoration, another decoration, or the Demco grain tank, which bumps it up to 16,210, and that's it. So you have 10,600 or 16,210. Pipe sizes, again, this is the same for all of them. The tank sizes are what's different. Pipe size 22 foot static, pipe 2, pipe 3, then we have 26 static, pipe 1, pipe 2, pipe 3, 28, pipe 1, pipe 2, pipe 3. They all look like, I don't think any of them have an adjustable end on them. They're just different styles of ends. Up to, yes, 28 foot is your longest pipe, and then a license plate. So the S670 is, aside from price and horsepower, exactly the same. And then, of course, aside from, I don't think the prices for... Yeah, I think the prices for the tires and everything, I think everything stays the same as for pricing. Just the, that's there, the attachers, grain tanks. So you start off with 10.6, again, decoration, 16, but then you get an extension, Demco extension, up to 19,733, and then back to small. Everything else, as far as I can tell, is the same as the others. Moving on to here, we're going to go down directly to the grain tank size. Start at 14,100 and a couple of decorative type styles. Then we bump right away up to a static carry Prairie big top at 17,623. And then a foldable at 14,100, and then a Demco at 16,210, and an extendable 19,733. So we have a few interesting options there. I seem to remember this from Farm Sim 19. If this is, I think, a first, or yeah, similar to that in many ways. And grain tank for the S690, you start off at 14,100. Again, a couple of decorative type changes, 17,263, then back to 14,10, 16,210, 19,733, and then finally the big daddy of them all, the DW grain tank at a nice large 24,667 liters, which I do believe is an actual size. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. However, these all look like they're actual true representations of what could be actually available. So, enough of all that jibber jabber. I do believe this is the 660. So jumping in, as you can see, I've filled them all. And let me go grab a something to empty them into to show you the unload speed. So before I show that, I do want to show a couple of things here. We have interior. I'm sure the interior is slightly different in each one of these models. We'll take a quick look. This is actually the 80. Let's start it up. I have noticed the, I was going to say, talk about the treads. They are a bit sluggish, and this one's not so bad, but some of them, like this, you turn when it's, yeah, the traction seems to be a bit of an issue with the tracks. L1 and right stick open and closes that, well, the left door. We have beacons and lights and all that good stuff. R1, oh yes, they all do this. R1 and right stick up and down. Up, and it pretty much unfolds everything, and you can see all the goodies, all the workings and goodies inside. You have a little ladder here that to access. Oh, you can't jump up on that. That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess it's just there in but everything opens up like that, so that's kind of interesting. R1 and right stick up and down. And other than that, it's they're all pretty much. We're gonna unload this one, and then I'll unload the others. This is this I didn't have the 24. This is the 19,000 liter, but it'll give you an idea of how fast it unloads. So nothing unusual, not too slow, not too fast. It's pretty pretty standard stuff here. I don't expect anything about this to be I say unusually overpowered or anything. It's not, there's no unreal capacities or anything. These are really as far as I know, pretty much modeled after the real thing. Obviously there could be some differences between these and the actual models. I have no clue what those would be. This is I did have the Brazilian exhaust on there, so you can see that's up there, but there we go, it's emptied, so it's not super duper fast emptying. And yeah, so what else? Oh yes, the rear hitch. Let's you see backing up the treads. Let's switch to one with wheels, and I'll kind of, it's much faster on the let's get up and go. So I'm not sure if that's something inherent to the tracks. I just noticed that things kind of move along or get along a lot quicker with the wheels. So there it is, hooking up to that rear hitch back there, just to show you that. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to empty out these, and we're going to show you perhaps the difference between the different output. We got the different outputs here. So let's see what else. Yeah, let's do that, and we'll see in a minute. All right, so let's get this unfolded. Oh, it was unfolded. Here it is unfolded. Folding and unfolding. Folded is like this. Everything tucks away nicely. Can you open up the... Yeah, you can open up if it's folded. Let's unfold it. Oops. Now I have a base game. Let's go. There we go. So there's the base game. And there's the spreading animation for that that style of spreader. So if we go back in there just real quick, I'll show you the different. I'm pretty sure I showed the different. We have the standard spreader. And where is the spreaders? There it is. Tailboard. We have the twin disc and then the power cast. So that is the power cast. Now, there we go. And let's drop that, turn that on, drive forward, and we have the twin disc spreader here. And I have it, well, that's the swath drop. And spreading, I do believe it looks a little bit less. Yeah, probably the same width. Yeah, it looks about the same width. And let's see here. This one is, that's the... Is that the standard? No, that's the... I don't think I have one with the standard. Anyways, yeah. Anyways. I think that's enough. Overall, they all perform quite nicely. I would prefer the wheeled version just because the track version seems a bit less responsive, shall we say. I think I've covered everything. That's there you go. That's John Deere S600 series combines by Custom Modding on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching. And remember, it's only a game, so till the next one, bye for now.